Hello and welcome back to another product demo video from Macking domain. I'm Tu here and I'm going to show you something from Magewell called the Director Mini. Now on the first glance, it looks like a mini monitor, but I'm going to tell you right now that it is so much more than that. It is a bit of a Swiss Army knife for your production needs. What do I mean by that is that this unit can do more than just monitoring. It can do recording, it can do live streaming, it can even do some basic video switching, which all these I will show in the later part of the video. For now, in this unboxing portion, I'm going to just show you the hardware itself, beginning with the inputs that you can take into these units. 2 HDMI ins, a USB on this side, and one more USB on this side. The USB is able to connect with a webcam so that you're able to bring in a webcam source or two into your device. And at the bottom, we have a network port so that you can connect to the network, and then from there you can use a different device, opening a browser and keying in the IP address of this unit. You can connect to this unit and control it using the web UI. On top of that, if you have NDI sources in the network, you can bring in NDI into this device as well. We have an SD card so that you can record it, your recordings can be recorded to the SD card. This USB-C out can be used as USB-C to USB HDMI so that it becomes a second screen for this device. You can even connect to a computer to do some basic configurations as well. Because this is an Android-based device, as you can imagine, there's a way to connect through the USB to interface with this device. Power connection here, and of course the thread for mounting your tripod or hot shoe mount. At the back, you can see a fan to keep the unit cool, and 2 slots for batteries. These are standard batteries that you can easily find from most camera stores, but just take note, it does not come included in the box, so you'll have to get it from somewhere else. And yeah, that's the unit itself. Let's take a look at what comes in the accessory pack. At the bottom, you can see there's a power supply unit with multiple heads, so that you should be well covered for international venues. There's a sun hood at the side here so that you can mount it on your unit, such that you can use it pretty effectively in hot or bright places. And we have these 2 tabs here that basically function as feet. How are you going to put them on? Basically, if you're not using a battery pack, you can easily slot these in to the battery slots, and basically it becomes feet for the unit. So yeah, we'll move on to the next portion of the video where I actually power on the unit and show you the interface, so we can explore in more detail what this unit can actually do to help your production needs. So let's move on to the next part. And now we're in this section where we'll take you through a more in-depth view of the device itself. You can see me here appearing on the screen because I have connected a webcam to the Director Mini itself, just as a quick view of what is actually going on in terms of the connections. This is what I'm working with. This is the USB connecting to the webcam, and I also have the output of this Director Mini connected to the USB to HDMI, which is how you're able to get this view. And I have, of course, connected to the network as well. Now back onto the interface itself. Once you've connected all your devices, actually this is where it will appear, where you can cycle between the different connections. Right now this one HDMI has no connection, so it just shows a no signal view. Now if I tap the screen again, that's how you get sort of a more traditional monitor view, where you're just seeing the source. Let's switch back to this view. Now if I wanted to add more sources, because right now you only see 2, I can go here, and that's where our full range of possible sources comes up. So on top of the physical connections that we see here, HDMI 1.2 and webcam 1.2, we can actually put in a video clip. Video clip that's in the storage. If you've preloaded some MP4s, you can play it as a source. Picture is also available. You can even do SRT streams and RTMP streams. Now that one's a bit more advanced, but just so you know, you have the option. Phone camera is interesting. This one, you just need to get the app from what I've heard, and you should be able to connect via Wi-Fi. And finally, of course, the ever popular NDI option. Now, NDI makes this very flexible now. because I'm not sure if there are many monitors out there that can support NDI as of now in the market, especially in this small form factor. Now I have the PTZ from earlier connected, and as you can see, I can quickly hit save, and that's how I can cycle between these two views. On top of that, if you noticed earlier, there are some actual additional features that you can do. Let me just show you an example. So I have this webcam here running, and you can actually add layers. And I can add from earlier the NDI source, and we get this picture-in-picture mode. So if you're already familiar with OBS and how their scenes work, this is quite similar in that you're simply setting up different scenes within the Director Mini. And from doing that, I think you should be able to begin to see how this small little device by itself can already start doing some pretty simple small productions. Now, having mixed all of that, we can of course output to the USB, as I shown earlier, or we can even stream it out. So this is the next part where I will kind of tell you the streaming feature. So the Mini does come with a stream feature, meaning that you can push the final program mix to any of these platforms. And if you don't find the platform available here, you can even just do a custom RTMP server. You just need to put in the stream key and stream URL, and you're good to go. You can set the encode settings for your quality, so it makes it pretty workable with a lot of platforms. And on top of that, it has an inbuilt storage of 64 gig with an SD card slot, as I shown earlier, and you can record to this device. So this is where this gets interesting, because on top of streaming, you can also record, so it really adds a lot of flexibility to your production once you include this unit into it. So I've, in other occasions, described this as a bit of a Swiss Army knife to your production. So if you can see what we have here, it definitely shows itself to be one. On top of that, we have some neat little features like graphics. So graphics can be some of these things like lower thirds, where you can position and you can edit. And once we hit save, I get options like this where I can put a lower third, or I can put a clock thing. Just to show you what else we have here, we have logos, we have scoreboard, we have timer. So any number of things that on the fly, if you need, can definitely save your production if you have nowhere else to insert any of these graphics. And there's even an annotation option, as you can see here. So basically the developers have crammed every possible tool that you might need in your production into this small little device, and it is really just up to you on how much you want to leverage on these features. And so from there you can really explore, and your creativity becomes the limit for this device here. So if you're interested to find out more about this device and you would like to actually have a hands-on with this product, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to have you visit our showroom, or we can even do an online demo where you can ask more pointed questions about this product. So that's it from me today. We'll leave our contact at the end of this video, and we look forward to hearing from you.